Greetings, beloveds. I want to speak with you about the absolute nature of love. You have a body. You make distinctions with your senses and your mind. It's very easy to see everything as relative to everything else. There's good and there's bad, there's better and there's worse. There's right and there's wrong, there's black and there's white. Those things are useful for making your way in the world, but they're not useful for knowing who you are. And if you see yourself relative to other people, you will never know who you are. When you compare yourself to others, unfortunately, you are left with two untenable observations. You feel either smug or insecure. This person is better than me, I am better than them. So those comparisons keep you from finding out who you really are. So many things work in an analogous way. So it's a wonderful thing. If you've ever had a pet, if you've ever had a child, you get a glimpse of the absolute nature of love. The differences between your children. You don't look at your pets and your children in the same way, comparing them. Because you love them and see them as perfect, exactly the way they are. Even with their little problems and shortcomings, it's all perfect. And that's what love is. When you know love in an absolute sense, you don't need to change anything. You don't wish it were different. And you don't compare it to anything else. Love is love. And it encompasses all things. The danger is to focus the relative nature of the world on who you are, because you will always fall short. This one learned to play the piano very early. He couldn't read music and he wasn't a good piano student, but he could play by ear. He was 11 or 12 and he started picking out songs. And after a while, he was doing very well and people loved to hear his music. He loved to make people happy and he loved the attention that he got. But when he was in high school, a new boy came to high school who was just a better piano player. On top of this, the new boy had perfect pitch. So he knew the key that the song was in and he knew every note before he even reached the piano. And this one let his light become dim after that. He thought, why don't I just cut my hands off at the wrist? No use to me. I'm not really as good as I thought I was. This boy, name was Lewis, is so much better than I am. And in school, this one would start playing the piano and people around him would say, hey, have you ever heard Lewis play? And he wanted to just quit. When he got to his first year of college, he went to a concert. And someone got up on stage, an old man, who was playing harmonica in a concert. And the old man told a story which fit perfectly into this one's experience. He said he went to a harmonica convention thinking he was pretty good. And then he heard these other harmonica players and they were outstanding. And he got so depressed, he just wanted to go home. And an old man came to him and said, "What's the matter, boy?" He said, I thought I was good, but I'm not. I'm not any good at all. I should quit the harmonica." And the old man said to him, "Just remember, no one plays the harmonica the way you do. Don't you compare yourself to these other people. No one plays the way you do." When this one heard that, something lifted. He saw that he didn't need to see his piano playing relative to anyone else's. It was just the joy of making music and the joy of making people that mattered. Since then, he's been amazed at how his, for decades and decades, his piano playing has just gotten better and better and more uniquely. And it is what it is. So be wary of any comparisons that you make having to do with the value of a person or the value of anyone's talent. Everyone is a perfect whatever they are. All of their differences are blessed. They're perfect in their own right. Don't allow yourself to see yourself relative to other people. You are them. They are you. Everything you see that you like is you. And everything that you think is less than you needs to be forgiven because that's you. Enjoy the absolute nature of love. The way you feel about your children, the way you feel about your kids, the way you accept the best of them. That's the real thing. That's as close as you're going to get on this absolute love. And that's what you can trust. Let things be exactly the way they are and enjoy them exactly. And love yourself wherever you are on your journey. Because I love you. I love you absolutely. I'll speak with you again.